This wheel is the best micromobility device that you can get as of now. This is the AERO, NOSFET's newest mini electric unicycle. Is this EUC worth it, and should you get it? Stick around and I'll tell you if the NOSFET AERO is a wheel that you should get. Hello guys and welcome to another video. When we talk about small EUCs that will help you to go comfortably from point A to B, the past year we only had the Bigod Falcon. It was the first wheel that was small, lightweight and with suspension. This combination made the wheel very successful. With the NOSFET AERO, it seems like we have the same winning formula. In this video, I'm gonna go through the specs of this wheel. And then I'll tell you what I like and don't like on this electric unicycle. And finally, I'll give you my conclusions on the NOSFET AERO. Before that, gentle reminder to like and subscribe so that you don't miss any new video. Also, a big shout out to Jason and Ewheels for providing the NOSFET AERO and making this video possible. If you would like to get the NOSFET AERO or any other electric unicycle, there's a link in the description down below. Using my link really helps the channel as well. In advance, thank you very much. So what are the specs of the AERO? It's a 14-inch tire wheel with a weight of 55 pounds, 25 kilos. It's a 126 volt EUC with a motor capacity of 2000 watts. It is equipped with Samsung 50S batteries with a capacity of 1110 watt-hours. The wheel also includes a smart BMS. The NOSFET AERO includes a suspension system that is similar to what you can get on the Sherman L, Lynx or Patton S. It's a hydraulic suspension system with a travel capacity of 70 mm. The wheel is all black with a mix of plastic and magnesium. At the front you got a headlight and a front handle. On the sides you got a set of light spiked pedals. At the back you got a tail light, a kickstand and a back handle. The tail light has multiple color modes. At the back you can also find the charge port. At the top you got a typical slipper Kim speedometer display. The trolley handle is in plastic and covers the whole top of the wheel. Once locked you can use this trolley handle to lift your wheel. On this unit the AERO is equipped with a hybrid street knobby tire. And that's pretty much it. Let's go now with the things I like on the NOSFET AERO. One thing that you notice on the spot when you get the NOSFET AERO is that the design is absolutely beautiful. Best design ever on an electric unicycle, period. You can tell that NOSFET spent a lot of time thinking about the design of the wheel. Everything on this wheel has a purpose and has been well thought for that. Everything on this wheel is black and discreet, with a focus on commuting. And that's it, nothing else. No nonsense like you would see on some Bigod wheels. You can turn off the headlight, you can turn off the tail light, change the color on it. Everything is well thought and made for your commute. The trolley handle on the NOSFET AERO is great. It's a piece of plastic that folds at the top of the wheel. In doing so, it completes the design of this electric unicycle. Once folded, you can see that the trolley has a mid-handle that allows you to lift up the wheel. At 55 pounds, 25 kilos for this electric unicycle, it's a welcome addition. Again, it shows that a lot of thoughts have been put on the design of this wheel. I like the suspension on the NOSFET AERO. It's very surprising to have a Lipper Kim style suspension on such a small wheel. The result is a very smooth and comfortable ride. I went through a lot of bumps and each time it was great. What I like about this wheel is that I unboxed it and went straight for a ride without touching the suspension at all. The suspension was already very good from the get-go. The ride feel of the NOSFET AERO is very nice. First, the wheel has no sharp corners, so when you mount the wheel, it doesn't hurt your leg. On other smaller wheels like the Falcon M10-4, M10-5, it would always hurt my leg when I would try to mount the wheel. On this one, nothing at all. You can tell they thought about it. Again, ride feel wise, the wheel is great. This EUC feels very balanced, very stable. Obviously, the suspension gave me a lot of confidence on such a small wheel. I also like the power of this wheel. The NOSFET AERO has a lot of torque. The small tire size helps a lot with that. Speed-wise, it's not bad as well. As a heavy rider, I would start beeping from 30 to 31 miles per hour. On the big old Falcon, I would start beeping at 28 miles per hour. So speed-wise, it represents a 2 miles per hour upgrade. Alright, let's go now with the things I don't like with the NOSFET AERO. I'm really annoyed on this one. I don't have a lot of negative things to say on the NOSFET AERO. I actually have just one thing to say, but depending on your use case, it might not even be a negative one. This thing is the top speed of this wheel. I know what some might say, like 30 miles per hour on a 14-inch tire wheel, it's kind of too much. But hear me out. When I first started to ride the wheel, I rode it like a small wheel, which means small rides, bike lane, very slow. But this wheel is so nice, so comfortable that after a while I kind of stopped paying attention that I was riding a small wheel and I started to ride the same way as I would do with any other bigger EUC. So it means not just bike lane riding but also street riding in traffic. And when you do that, you quickly hit the limits of this wheel. For example, you're in traffic at 27 miles per hour and you want to pass a car, you cannot do that because to pass the car, you're gonna have to hit 30 miles per hour and start beeping. And there's no way I'm gonna make the wheel beep in traffic. After a while, I was constantly hitting the limits of this wheel, beeping or almost beeping, always checking the speedometer to make sure I'm not about to hit the limits of this wheel. After a while, it's a bit annoying. Again, it's not a big negative, it really depends on your use case. My use case on this one was to try to see if I could replace any other EUC with the NOSFET AERO, and that's why I hit these limits. went with the things I liked and didn't like on the NOSFET AERO. In conclusion, who is this wheel for and what do I think about it? With this wheel, NOSFET is delivering us a great commuter wheel. They are bringing back micromobility to electric unicycles. This thing has everything a rider would need from a practical standpoint. It has a nice, discreet and credible design, a great suspension system that is on par with what you can get with bigger and more expensive wheels. Equipped with a moderate but good enough power, the NOSFET AERO delivers a complete package. In my opinion, the NOSFET AERO is one of the best, if not the best, city electric unicycle. I've been riding this wheel every day for a few weeks, and during all this time, I never felt the need to ride a bigger EUC. What was delivered to me with this wheel was good enough. I would also recommend this wheel for any new rider. The AERO is, in my opinion, a great first electric unicycle. I loved everything about this wheel, from the build quality to the performance. I also have the Beidou pads installed with the wheel, and they complete it very well. You don't really need to buy these pads, but if you decide to get them, that's gonna be fine. With the AERO and after the Apex, NOSFET has again produced an excellent wheel. Not just a wheel, but a thing that incarnates micromobility and how a commuter device should be.